Hi, and thanks for joining me on Profit with a Plan podcast. This is where you can get some great ideas to create your most profitable small business. Just so you know, financial planning isn't only for those that have a lot of money or run big companies. A workable financial plan is for us everyday small business owners and professionals that want to make bigger profits. Join me, Marcia Erin, your financial business strategist, fractional CFO, and certified financial planner, each Tuesday for some smart ideas that can add more profits to your bottom line. I help ambitious business owners grow their profits fast using unique ways of growing their income and spending strategically that produce bigger profits without killing themselves or constantly chasing more clients. If you're curious, share my podcast or let's chat and see what we can do to create greater profits in your business. So I am super excited today to have my friend Leigh here from Pulp OC, I want to call OC, to talk about your online reputation. Pulp is a premium web agency built to generate online leads and get more business for your clients. They're a small team from Orange County of smart and passionate marketers who love to grow both Main Street and enterprise companies online. Their combined experience has been uplifting brands globally, large and small, for over 15 years, and digitally marketing for small local businesses in Southern California for over 20. It's quite a few years. Mm-hmm. Erin's mission is to provide fresh squeezed perspective on your online presence and create customized digital marketing plans to ensure that you are generating all the leads possible. Well, thanks, Erin. This is amazing to have you on here. Hopefully our online situation will keep us going. So we're here to talk about brand reputation. Tell me, why is brand reputation so important for small business owners?
Well, I think the short answer would be because there's lots of reasons, but the main answer is no matter how much money you spend on SEO, advertising, social media, email marketing, no matter how your client or customer finds you, they're going to look at your reputation and they're going to compare you to your competitors. And if you're not taking care of yours, they're going to choose your competitor. That's the bottom line.
Wow, isn't that true? And we work so hard in our business to bring people to us. Why not have a stellar online reputation in place to make sure that they stay with you or they choose you over your competitor? I love that idea.
Yeah.
So describe to me what an online reputation really is.
It's the word of mouth online. It's what people are saying about you, whether or not they're giving good feedback or bad feedback. But I call it the new decade of word of mouth, but it's online.
It's online. So where might that be or show up?
Well, for me, I usually work with local service businesses. So anything on Google is pretty much my main. I'd say 90% of Google reviews is where I would work. Also, getting a lot of reviews and getting consistent reviews is great for Google. So it gets you ranked higher. Makes you the obvious choice for not only Google, but for people that are searching for you. There's lots of little tidbits with Google that I love, but mostly Google for me. But you can do it, Facebook, that kind of thing, wherever people are looking for you.
Okay, so mostly Google and a little bit of Facebook. Yeah. Is Yelp any popular these days? Is that still something to be on?
I mean, I'm not a big fan of Yelp, so that's not somewhere that I would go, and I don't recommend it, and I don't send people to leave reviews on Yelp. I just think Yelp is not the best platform, but that's my opinion. So
well, you're the expert.
Yeah.
Google's where you go. Okay, so tell us, how would someone come in to improve their reputation on Google? How would we utilize the tool?
Mostly the tool is the idea. Let me start from the beginning so it explains it a little bit better. The idea was to start capturing reviews, but not only that, to start preventing bad reviews. So the tool is a yes or no feedback. And the idea is to get that before your customer, your client walks out the door or you walk out the door. You want to get that feedback right away. Otherwise, as we all know, clicking on that link in your email or even opening the email the percentages go way down. So if we can get a feedback, for example, I work with a doctor's offices. The receptionist, as they're waiting to check out and set up the next appointment, they say, hey, do you mind leaving us some feedback? It's a yes or no answer. If it's a yes, it's like, great, do you mind leaving us a review? Tell us how we did, and it sends them to the review platform. If it's a no, it sends them to email messenger platform, and that goes to the manager or the doctor or whoever wants to read that bad feedback so they can address it before they walk out the door or before they go leave a bad review. So it's the idea of preventing bad reviews, but also capturing those good reviews before they walk out, and you're statistically they won't leave you any.
They won't come back. Or right.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds amazingly simple. Is it an online program that they're going to use at the storefront, or is it here, go to this link? How would you get your clients to actually participate for you?
So there's 3 ways that we can do it. I've developed a system, me and my partner and I, and one is a QR code. So they can scan a code, which that's really popular with e-commerce also. So you can send products and have the code there. So that's just a little side note.
And everybody has one of these stupid things here with us all the time.
Super easy. And then when you scan it, it actually takes you to a link, which is our system. Or you can put in, for example, we'll just keep using the doctor's office. They can put in a phone number right there, and it sends them a link on their phone. Or we can send out email blasts. So you don't ever really have to bother them if you don't want to do that initial, hey, do you mind letting us know how we did? We can collect the emails once a month, and then my staff sends out the emails, and then we automate it that way. And it's nothing intrusive. We do it 3 times. The first time, hey, how'd we do? Second time, don't forget. And third time, and then that's it. It's within 7 days. So hopefully
I love it.
You leave a review then. Mm-hmm.
And I think it keeps coming back at how important this is, because we work so hard, and it's so really expensive to get a client in the door that you want to keep them there. And the best way to do that is ask them, how did we do? And it's not meant as a bitch session, but how did we do? We want to know, yes, we did great, or no, we didn't achieve your satisfaction, and what we might be able to do to make that better, and to get it while it's hot.
Yes, exactly. I love it. It's a multifaceted, because as you know, I do a lot of different things, and it all pointed back to, let's get reviews, but let's also take some responsibility of how we're doing, and let's get feedback real time every day from people that we're serving. And then we can better our process.
How detailed can this feedback be? Have you tested to see if we ask too many questions or if we don't ask enough questions?
Very simple. You want it really simple. Yes or no.
Yes or no.
Let us know how we did, and then they can leave a positive review. You can ask something specific, at the most, maybe 2 or 3 questions, but I would keep it 1 question. You don't want to annoy them. Yeah, just say, hey, did we do okay? Was your service, great today? Yes or no. If not, then they can leave detailed answers. And then if they go to the review system, hopefully they do that. They can leave a detailed of what they liked better. And then you get those reports too every month of who left reviews and what they said.
I love that. I think feedback is essentially, I think it's essential for our business. In the service industry and in today's environment, I had a guest on a few weeks ago that we talked about feedback, and we kind of fell into it. But I'm so glad that you're here to actually talk about it in detail, because when we're developing a new product or new solution, or we're building out a new program, or we're looking to bring in more clients, people always want to put it out there first and then hope for feedback or hope that they're on the right track. We could even, I think, use this in a preliminary testing as well. Yes. That if I am developing a new product, I can go out and say, well, what do you think of this? Do you like yellow or do you like red? Do you like, was I fast enough? What can improve it? And you could have that kind of feedback. So you're building the product out. It's not only after service, but it's also new shifts and new ideas that are going out too.
Exactly. I mean, as you know, every day is a different day, and every day our business is growing, and every day something new is happening. So being constant and being on top of your business is only good.
I love that. Okay. So I'm interested, because I go out and I do a lot of networking. I do a lot of talking, and I'd always love to have feedback as to, from my clients, from the free gifts that I offer, or from the strategy sessions that I do, or the programs that I run.
Right.
Can I have multiple questionnaires on that?
Questionnaires meaning
just feedback. So did you like this? Was this valuable?
Yeah, you can have different ones, different QR codes. So we would set up a few different codes. So mostly how that works is because mostly now I work with locations. So every location is different. So the system is set up for every location specifically. So that's kind of what you're saying. If you have not locations, but different
solutions. Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, I can see this. This is not for just face-to-face, doctors, dentists, chiropractors, or restaurants, but it could also be for service-based people who offer a solution and they want instant feedback on it. So I think that this is incredibly important.
Yes.
What would you say is the real benefit of having this done? I mean, what would happen if I didn't ask for feedback with my client? What are some of the statistics?
Statistically, let's see, 90% of people go for word of mouth, and they want to choose a service or location or anything through word of mouth, and that is what online reputation is now. So 90% of people are going for the maybe your competitor that is taking care of their online reputation, that is managing it. So, I mean, 90% of people are going to look at you and going to look at them. If you're not doing it, your competitor is, they're going to go for your competitor. So those are huge numbers.
I love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Super important.
Yeah. And also with the stars, if you have 3 stars, let's say, terrible, mostly comparatively. But if you can raise it up 1 star and you start managing, you start collecting those good reviews and it starts building up, that's a jump of increase of 5 to 9% in revenue. So there's that statistic also. Just 1 star will help you out. So if you are down and you're at 3 stars right now, just knowing if you can get that up and get that going for 5 to 9% increases is a big deal.
That's a huge number. Yeah. Who's this?
Sorry, this is Neo. He's
Neo?
crying at my feet.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah. You know what? That just shows that I love animals too, and I usually have mine under my feet. But today I'm lucky they're not here. They're not here going.
Sorry.
But what an adorable friend. No apologies.
He's my business partner. He's going to go work.
He's a great business partner. It's keeping that emotional stress in place, right?
Exactly.
So let's talk about how do we use your service? How can we get our online reputations up? Is it easy for me to do it myself, or do I really want to have an experienced person that can help me with it?
You want us to do it. It's a managed system, so we'll set it all up for you. We talk to you. We ask what question is important for you. We direct it to the platform you want, whether it's Google or Facebook, or sometimes we put a couple options, because if you have Google, if it sends them to Google, for all these platforms, you have to have a login. You need to have a login information to leave a Google review. So sometimes that throws people off if they don't have that. So that's something to think about. Or even Facebook, and most people have Facebook. So a lot of times I give them the Google option and then the Facebook option. But back to your question, it's good if you have us set it up for you. It just makes it easier. I mean, that's what we're here to do.
Right. And it's as I always say, what is your best spent time in your business? And that's normally, as business owners, we're probably best spent face-to-face, knee to knee with our clients.
Yeah.
Closing deals, making the relationships, rather than going and chasing our reputation on that.
Yeah. Well, and the nice thing is we'll send you reports. And so when you do get good feedback, you can reach out. You can take a day and say, okay, this day I'm reaching out to the good feedback I got and say thank you. We can include an offer, which the offer is not an incentive, but you can include your offer at that time to say, hey, thanks for being my client, or thanks for being my customer. Enjoy this, from me right now. So that's also a thank you. That's building up rapport and building up brand loyalty.
I love it.
There's a lot of different things. Yeah.
Excellent. So let's talk a little bit more about online marketing and ways that this could benefit that.
Through marketing?
Yeah. Well, you're doing online marketing and branding and SEO and that kind of stuff. So this sounds like it's a very natural complement in getting the client more sticky with you.
So how this came about is I decided to niche my business. So Pulp is I work mostly with Orange County businesses. I'm from Orange County. And then I decided I wanted to really be specific in how I help generate leads online. So what I say is I look at the mind, body, soul of your online presence. Your mind is your SEO, getting ranked. the back end, all that back end mind stuff that's hard to understand, but getting people ranked was kind of what I do and what my uncle does. He's my business partner. And so we started doing that. The web design is your body. So what is your first impression? Are you up to date? Are you up to speed? Are you converting? There's a lot of different elements there that if you're not, you can get found. So what's it matter if your website is horrible and no, you can't convert? So you got to make sure those two things are happening. And then your soul is your reputation, your client, your customer. Those are the soul of your business. And so are they talking about you? Are they sharing information? So we started working that way, and I've been doing that for a while. And then it kind of grew into this online reputation system because I realized how important it was. And so that's why I developed. My website is pulpoc.com, and so I help a lot of clients with marketing and different things, which I love to do. And then we branched off, and then we developed pulpreputation.com. So they're similar, but I wanted really that to be a separate entity, but those are the three that I focus on.
I love it. I love it. I think it's all incredibly valuable to get yourself out there because you can be the best kept secret anywhere if you're not marketing and you don't have your advertising lined up. I went to this conference a few weeks back, and they talked about your brand and how everything needs to be in line. You work so hard for all of this to deal and get your customers. You want them to be able to see continuity on there. And I think the reputation is part of that continuity that has to be out there. You want people saying, oh, this is 5-star. This is great. Oh, I like this. Mm-hmm. You know, I really didn't put two and two together until I sat down and I was talking to my daughter, and she was looking for something online, and she looked at the reputation of the seller and the product before she made her decision. And I went, this stuff really is true.
And it's only getting, because online reviews, I don't think are very, I mean, you know how Yelp blew up and everything blew up, and then it became really hardcore because people would leave bad reviews if you were closed when they thought you should be open, that kind of thing, which is horrible. I saw somebody leave a bad review about a movie because the DVD, the thing wouldn't open. And so they actually left a bad review about the movie. And it's this kind of thinking that was also made me want to help my business owners get ahead of the review system. So Yelp kind of took over, all these things took over. And then this way, I think this next decade is about us taking back control of our online reputation, our reviews, and implementing a system where we can capture that. We can talk to our customers. We can talk to our clients before they walk out that door, and we can understand what's going on so they just don't go out blindly and leave bad reviews for no reasons.
Wow.
Or reasons you can fix those before and understand.
Right.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it to take control of one of the few things that we can't control or can control, because there's so many things in our life that go on, and in our business particularly, that we can't control. And to be able to control our online reputation by taking the first moment when a client is there leaving your service and saying, what'd you think? Did you like it? And when they say no, oh, well, tell me what I could have done to make this experience satisfactory for you, exceptional for you.
Exactly. And you're gonna fix it with them that way. And you're gonna build more brand loyalty, because then they're gonna love you for fixing it, for handling it. It's a mutual relationship, the business owners and their online reputation system. They have to take responsibility to making sure they take care of their clients also. So they have to, everybody that wants this system is ready to make sure that they're doing their best job. So you have to get that feedback, and you have to do something about it. So it's a mutual thing there. If you don't, then there's really no point in using the service. So it's a
right. So is this going to be time consuming for the business owners to manage their reputation?
No, not at all, because we manage it.
Okay.
Yeah, not at all. It's really easy. You just get the reports, and then if you get bad reviews, hopefully you're not getting that many. But
you're making that reach out to say what's going on and how can I improve this? And I think people value that. Yes. I really do. Excellent. Yeah. So what else do my business owners need to know about how to get their reputation in line?
Online.
Inline and online.
Inline, both. We have a great tool on pulpoc.com. It's actually an SEO audit. You can download, you can put in your business, and it's about a 26-page audit, but it really, I had an interesting conversation with another client, and she had researched the business and used some website that is trying to sell something, and it said, oh, these things are good, but it was only 2 or 3 things. And so I had to explain to her, I said, hey, these are the things that they're trying to do, and they're showing you a tip of an iceberg. So what's really good about our SEO audit on my platform is it's in depth and it will go through everything. And it's a little confusing. So you can reach out to me and I can discuss it with you with no charge. It's a free SEO audit, but you'll really be able to take a look at everything that's going on. And it also audits your reputation. And it's kind of like a general, you can look at these things that I believe are the important parts. Nothing to do with social media, nothing to do with email marketing, anything. It's just this triangle that I was talking about, but it really gives insight.
I think that that's a really important statement that you made, that it can be really confusing out there for us that are not comfortable in that world. Yeah. We do our service or sell our widget. We provide the thing that we're comfortable with. Yeah. And it would probably take me hours and hours and hours of studying and practicing to figure out what my SEO keys need to be, so that way I can be found higher on a very competitive environment as Google. And it's another one of those things that I should not be doing. I should be leaving it to the expert, and the expert can handle it in a fraction of the time that I can do it if I wanted and had the time to learn it. And it's just another one of those things that business owners, you should not be doing your own SEO. You need to step away from the computer and let the expert handle it. And this is a great opportunity to see what I'm doing wrong and what I'm doing right and how I can improve upon that so I can be more visible in front of my target client.
Yeah. And I get it. We've all been startups. Sometimes you're not ready to, take that plunge and hire that SEO expert. But that's what's good about this audit. At least you can kind of go over it. And there are some tips in there that you can say, and I can even go over it with you and say, hey, maybe clean this up, and give you some small things that you can start to do while you're getting yourself ready to be able to have someone else help you. But yeah, that's a good audit. Yeah, you get some tips.
I love it. I come from the space of giving a lot of value. Yeah. So they can experience the real true value you offer, because as I've said many, many, many times, that there's no prize for being the second lowest. And unless you're Costco or Walmart or one of these high volume places, you really can't offer your service at the lowest price. So if you're not the lowest price, you should be the highest price. And the only way to do that is to provide a tremendous amount of value that they look at your price and go, oh my gosh, that's a discount.
Yeah. You want to make sure there's return on what you're providing. Absolutely.
Yep. And part of that is providing your service up front as a trial. So I appreciate that. And I know my clients are gonna love it. And what else do we need to do besides get an audit done and really start building our reputation, right? In the world of business, there's so much competition and there's so many choices out there. Why not do it right the first time?
That's what I'm saying. And that's why I focus on those. I think that's a foundation especially for local businesses. That's why that's all I really do mostly now, is because that's where I found the most value I could bring to my clients. If you don't have those things, then really you're kind of chasing your tail, I think.
Excellent. We don't want to chase our tail. Doing the circles like Neo, is that his name?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like Neo chasing his tail around in a circle, going nowhere, getting nowhere. And we want to be able to provide that value. So I encourage you business owners, take Erin up on her offer for a free SEO audit. I'm sure it'll be well worth your time, and she's going to offer just a whole bunch of ideas. And then if you love her stuff, please engage her, because again, you shouldn't be doing this yourself. So thank you, Erin. I love it. I'm going to, I'm going to do this because I think that it's so important that everything aligns. And then when everything aligns, everybody's telling you that they like what you're doing, so you look better at it. And if they don't, it gives me an opportunity to fix it. Yeah. So I think it's great. Yeah. All right. So thank you, Erin, again. Thanks everybody for listening. I hope you found an idea or two to put into your business that will make you have more control over your money and be more profitable. If you'd like to know how to specifically increase your own profits in your business, let's chat. my contact information and Erin's information will be in the podcast description. So I'm super excited to be announcing my book. Hopefully it's not reflecting too bad here. Big Profit Secrets Exposed. It's on Amazon. So I'll have the link on the podcast note as well. And I'm on a speaking tour through 2020. So I'm really excited to be out there. Mm-hmm. If you know of a group that might value my information, please send me an email. I think that it's so important that we serve and help people. And if we can give them more ideas, like in my book, then it'll be a great thing. Also, if you want some notes on the podcast, we'll have some ideas and tips there. So send me a quick email and we'll send it off. As always, we'd love to hear your questions and feedback and ideas for future shows. Comment on today's show and tell us what you think. There you go. That's our reputation. Did you like it? Was there something we could change? You could always reach out to me at bellafinancialgroup.com. And you can catch Profit with a Plan on any of your favorite podcast players. I'm looking forward to more profitable information on next week's show. So until then, make your profits and make a plan with those profits. So thanks, Erin. I'm so happy you're here. And we hope that people will take you up on your reputation and on your audit idea. Thanks for coming. All right. Bye.
Bye.